Espresso, and I'm here for part 31 of the Human Journal. I'm going to talk about just shifting or just really moving on when dealing with certain people that has certain energy. I did talk about something like that in a few of my other clips, but we're going to emphasize this more, and something for myself I need to express, but also at the same time I wanted to inspire everybody that that can relate to what I'm about to share, and hopefully that you listen to what I have to say that would inspire you. We have experience, we have different experiences in life. We question why we involved in a certain activity, or for example, or why we dealing with certain people that you're really not happy, but you deal with certain people. And this is something I'm learning from my own experience, okay, for myself. Just looking into this more and more. My friend of mine tells me that people are energy, and I agree. That's what I tell everybody online, that we are energy. People observe different levels of energy. There's certain levels of energy that I'd rather deal with people that's very similar to me. Don't have to be exact, but the vibe-wise, the vibe has to be very similar. Doesn't have to be the perfect match, but a lot of people, people have different backgrounds and different stories they tell about themselves, but something I'm observing myself about why I deal with certain people, why I haven't let go of certain people. I did mention it in my previous chapters, one of my earlier chapters, I think chapter 25, one of those chapters, but I say to myself that I'm done dealing with certain people. I'm done. But then I'm still dealing with them. And, honestly, to tell you the truth, everyone, I give people chances. I give people lots of chances. Sometimes I figured, sometimes my own mind tells me, why are you giving certain people chances? But I do. And, I have to say to myself, I have to ask myself, what am I getting out of this? If I'm dealing with certain people that I'm not happy, regardless who it is, I don't care if it's your friend, your best friend, I don't care if it's your family, your wife, husband, doesn't matter who it is, but you're not happy. That's the thing, you're not happy. It's something that you have to do for yourself, It's very important. We feel stuck dealing with certain people. Sometimes we don't know why we deal with certain people that have certain energies that, it's just, you're not happy. Now, everybody's consciousness, okay? Everybody's consciousness. And I have my own take on things. Even though I tell people that we're all as one, I do believe also, and I said this before in my other clips, can't remember offhand, I made so many clips, that consciousness breaks itself up into individuals. Or maybe I could say it like this, individuality. If I'm saying the word right, but individual. Every individual, right, has their own energy. Okay? It could be similar to one person, or it could be the complete opposite. But we all consciousness, Everybody observing a different paradigm, or I could say, they're in a different level altogether. It doesn't matter, But, I just dealing with certain people. I had to forgive myself because I really, really got upset. I really did. I allowed the person to take control of me, or I could say, gave my power for that moment because I got upset. The person's done certain things, and and I have my own feelings through time, and I'm like, I had to forgive myself, okay, and I felt it was difficult for me to wish this person well because I didn't really care about the person. I felt that way strongly, okay, and it's like, it's just amazing, it really is that we seem to learn more about ourselves, even though we're dealing with certain people with a different energy. You maybe I could say it like this: you are rediscovering your abilities, even though you may feel down for the moment, but you're rediscovering yourself. Like, oh, okay, all right, and you know what you have to do. What I see after the situation I had with this person, I was very angry. Okay, I had to pick myself up. I had to really give myself every good thing that I deserve. I had to, because I was feeling very emotionally upset. I was. I felt like my other self. Before I knew who I was, I felt like I was someone that's so emotionally angry. And all because somebody done certain things, right, just to trigger something. And I just have to, really give myself grace give myself grace as much as possible. Okay? As far as the person, yeah, I was telling my friend of mine, like, sometimes I don't feel like I want to wish somebody well. I'm free to do that. I don't care. That's just how I felt. If I'm feeling a certain way, and I'm saying to myself, I don't feel like wishing someone well, I'm going to wish somebody well when I feel like it. That's the thing. Okay, I gotta be real with myself. I'm not gonna act political, right? All fake and all that. No, I'm not. If I'm feeling a certain way, I gotta sort things out with myself. And then I'll come around and say, I wish this person well. But as far as dealing with the person, like, directly, no, I have to move on. And I said this on my clip, certain people you gotta let go. But I thought I'll let the person go when I visited New York, but, I felt, I was just being myself. I was being myself. And this, by the way, this is a family member, okay? I don't feel like going into details, but this is a journal. I'm just going to express how I feel at the moment right now. I do my best all the time. Maybe buy things or do what I can, right? And, the person, responds because she's very emotional, and she got all her own stuff going on in her head. She says stuff towards me, and it really bothers me at times. But then, at the same time, I have to go back, and I have to say to myself, Crystal, you know who you are, okay? I can't allow anybody, okay, to get to me. That's the thing. And I know a lot of you that listen to this, you can relate. You have people, whether it could be a family member, it could be a friend or whoever. It could be a neighbor across the hallway, who knows? But some of you feel like, what are you going to do with the person that you're dealing with? will probably will resort to violence. But that's not doing. See, I know, and no matter what level, okay, I'm gonna be straight up real with everybody. I know sometimes doing something violent seems to be the most easiest thing to do. But if you really think about it, okay, if you think about it, okay, see, by you doing that, you giving the person power. I don't care if it's your family member, I don't care if it's your friend or whoever that you so enraged by. You're giving. That's what happens. But when you do that, you know, when you give your power away to somebody for the moment, you know, my thing is that, you know, first off, you got to treat yourself right. You, number one, okay? Don't put yourself in the back burner. That's a mistake. That you don't want to do that. You gotta. I feel that you gotta really give yourself good things. So pick yourself up, forgive yourself, right? You let somebody get to you for the moment. All right, just pick yourself up and move on. You know, that's it. You got a family member that's just basically just through the years very critical towards you. Don't agree anything that you do, or it could be a friend, whoever. But my thing is that if you don't want to deal with the person, okay? My thing is just wish the person well, the best, you know, if you're at that point, if you could do that, if you can say that from within, forgive that person and wish the person well within, in spirit, and move on with your life. Seriously. And that's what I have to do. Yeah, I just, life is full of lessons. It is. It is. I felt like my old self, meaning years ago I used to have a lot of, like, I used to have a lot of anger issues because of stuff in the past. And I called my friend up and I was expressing on the phone, and you know, the person doing things to amp me up, saying certain things about that other people might be involved, meaning people, I don't know how to explain it very well in the audio clip. It's like there's always, when this family member seems to say certain things about some mystery person won't allow me express certain feelings or frustration. I got sucked into her game. I like to say, who's this person you're talking about? And I got sucked in. I got amped up, right? I got amped up because I used to get amped up all the time with this person years ago. And, you know, it's like, you know, dealing with a family member, still think that you're incompetent, you know? Yeah, how do you deal with somebody that still thinks that you're incompetent, still think you're a child? How do you deal with someone like that? Some people might say that you have to put up with it. Some people think that because of a title, and some people might convert that to religion. Oh, this person is your mother, your father, for example. You have to, you know, just deal with it. Try to use some whatever biblical nonsense, but, and no matter what type of relationship you have with this person, you don't have to deal with anybody that your vibe is lower. You understand? You don't. I don't owe this person nothing. I don't expect anyone to feel that way about me. You know, I don't expect somebody to tell me, hey, Krusty, you know, I owe you or whatever. And I'm like, I don't owe this person nothing. But, the thing is that sometimes it's very challenging when you dealing with somebody with an energy that's still, it's like kind of like you're in a certain time warp, meaning like you're still dealing with stuff, old shit. You understand? You're dealing with old shit from the past, and somebody starts throwing stuff at you. Talking to you like that you cannot even think. You have no intelligence whatsoever. So I have to really look at myself deep down inside, And I talked to my friend about this. I said, I know who I am. Okay, people, I don't care who they are. People can sit there and think however they want to think about me. My thing is, I have to maintain that, not allow anybody, I don't care who, to lower my vibe. I have to take control. You understand? I have to take control of creating a life that I enjoy. I want to be around people that I'm happy with. You understand? I do. When I start to see myself a certain way, and I see where I'm at now spiritually, and I see myself the other night so upset in a certain way, I'm like, I felt disappointed in myself deep down inside. I'm like, I'm at a better place spiritually. I was saying to myself, how can I allow somebody, I don't care who it is, to get to me that way? Yes, the person is deciding to be miserable. Okay, yes, they're doing all this stuff, whatever, right? Doing whatever they're doing, whatever it is to try to, and I look at it too, is that it's all suggested. The situation was suggested for me to blow up, to get upset. So yeah, okay, so I got upset, I blew up. So what do I do now? Anybody that, if you all got to that point and you blew up and you feel so down, don't fall for the trap. Pick yourself up, okay? Love yourself, okay? You know who you are. You know that you can do a lot of great things. Same goes for me, okay? And depends in a relationship with with the other with the person. If you do not want to deal with the person no more, then if you at the point to wish them well in spirit, then wish them well, forgive them, and move on. But if you want to continue dealing with the person that you're not happy, well, my best advice is to meditate, keep meditating, and pay attention to how you feel. You got to pay attention. You got to really pay attention. Are you happy? A lot of people, I realize a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't pay attention of their happiness. I feel, and even myself, we have a little secret sacrifice. Let's just put our feelings aside and just deal with it. No. No, you got to pay attention to how you feel. Remember I was saying on my family affair clip, okay? You're not obligated to do anything. You're not obligated to do anything for your son, daughter, father, mother, cousin, great cousin, uncle, aunt, whatever, whoever it is. Okay, in my family affair, I was talking more about the immediate family, but you're not obligated. You're not. You have to make a decision. It's interesting to think about this whole human experience about family situations, especially more in a family situation. More in depth than friendship, but family, it seems to be. And I realize, I looking at this now more and more, it's like, It is a lot of ego involved on all parties. Even myself, I allow my own ego get the best of me, right? By allowing this person, okay, to have my power for the moment. So my own ego got the best of me. But does it mean that I'm a loser? Huh? No. That doesn't mean that I'm just a horrible person? Nope. I'm not a horrible person. Do I care what the other person thinks of me? Even though the person probably will listen to this clip? No, I don't care. The most important thing is how I feel. It's not about how anybody else feels. A lot of us, we attach to, oh, well, what do they think about me? How do they feel about me first? More than how you feel about yourself. You got to really appreciate who you are. Don't worry about what other people think. I emphasize that in my other clips. Don't worry about it. You know? Yeah, it's just interesting thing about this whole family experience here in this dimension. I was, when I was on a plane, I was meditating a lot. And I was thinking about my relation with, the dimension, the dimension I observed before Earth. It doesn't have a title of a family or anything like that, but in translation-wise, it's kind of like this being that's, again, in translation, is like a mother. I meditated talking to her through telepathy, and I had to compare the difference between the family structures on Earth and the relationship with other dimensional beings that has the same type of setup almost, but it's not anything about so hard driven that I'm your son, I'm your daughter, I'm your mother, I'm your father. It's not anything on that. And then you hold up the old story about something, then you try to hurt somebody because of something from the past, because the family structures here on Earth is built on, like I told you, my family affair clip, it's built on obligation. So you have family members who try to make you feel guilty by saying certain stupid comments, right? But the relation I have with the beings for the dimension I observed was completely different. Very, very different. There's really no comparison actually. So, but I was meditating to her, and she would be in my book. This character that I'm saying right now is kind of like a mother type energy. Yeah, she would be my book. Okay, and I'm gonna sneak this in actually. She was the first voice when I woke up in this human body. I think maybe within a day or so, something like that, or a few days or something like that. She was the first voice. It was a mystery voice that told me to do good. It knew, you see, this being that spoke to me through telepathy of my beginning years on Earth. It knew that where I place myself is very different than a dimension I observe. Very, very different. And yes, a lot of things on life, like everything else, no matter what part of consciousness, everything is built on choices, you know. But the mystery voice. Yep, I will express more about this character in my book. But I was meditating. I was just so. I'm gonna tell you the truth, everyone. I'm so discouraged about the family structure here on Earth. But not everybody has the situation of a dysfunctional family or a negative. But I've known people in the past that have situations somewhat similar to mine, and I, you kind of know people just I've heard stories. People hate their son and daughter, hate their mother and father. They just want nothing to do with them. You know what? I don't want to go around holding on to hate. I don't. I want to move on. You understand? I know my mind is suggested to me to hate the person permanently, but it's not going to do me any good. You know, I just have to shift, and that's the theme of this clip, this chapter, is to shift. Is to shift one reality into another reality. And, you know, you're not happy dealing with somebody, you got to do the work. You got to shift. You're not stuck dealing with somebody, even though your mind will tell you that you're stuck and what do you do, or maybe because you live in the same you live in the same apartment or the same house, and you're not happy, and you live in the same place, the same space. My best advice, well, pay attention to how you feel. Ask yourself, what do you really want? Okay? Be honest with yourself. Ask yourself what you really want. Do you want to stay there, or do you want to move? Most people will move. And you know what? Kudos to those people that move. You decide to say, you know what? I have to get out of here. I have to move on. Good. Good for you. Because you're taking a responsibility that you are shifting in one space to another space, whether through a physical plane or spiritually. You moving on. You know, you're moving on. And that's it. Nobody is in, nobody's trapped dealing with somebody. Life is vastness. There's so much space to go around, and especially spiritually. You don't want to deal with the person, don't deal with the person. But when you go about it, just make sure you're feeling good about yourself. Make sure you're not holding on to certain bitterness. I'm telling you, everybody, it's very easy to feel bitter. I know. Trust me, I know how it feels. I know. Give yourself what you deserve, all right? The best thing I could tell anybody is to live your life in joy. That's it. That's the best thing. Move on, okay? Move on and start thinking about what you want to do. Get involved in activities. Get involved in activities that would help you, that would definitely line you up into places or whatever you want to do, whatever activity you want to do. You know, just focus on that. Focus what you want to do. You know, whatever it is. You know, it's your given right. If you want to meet with people that share the same vibe with you, and that means letting go of anybody, it could be a family member, it could be a friend, just letting go. Let them go. But let them do it in a way that's going to be helpful for you. Okay, remember, and I'm telling you this, and as I'm telling myself, when you feel bitter, okay, you're giving power to those that you're feeling angry. Okay? This is something, again, this is the advice I'm giving myself. So I'm not just sharing this to anybody. Okay? I'm just sharing this to myself. Now, you feel like it's taking more time for you to move on from somebody that you feel so angry? Okay, I could say this. Be patient with yourself. Okay? You have the ability to sort things out. How you feel about somebody and you're not happy, you have the ability within, spiritually, to sort it out. And the best thing to go about it is meditation. Okay? Meditate. All right? It's very powerful. Don't underestimate meditation. There's people who pray. Whatever works for you. Pray, meditation. I like meditation. I honestly personally feel the word praying sounds religion. But anyway, but do whatever works for you. All right? Whatever that will give you peace of mind. Okay, everyone? All right? That's the best thing I'd say, you know? Do it in a way that you that you are feeling joy, that you're happy. Okay? You deserve it. I deserve it. Whoever deserve it. And yeah, I had to express some stuff. I haven't felt just angry like that in a long time. And it takes a lot of courage to share this, but I'm going to share this. I'm going to share the basic stuff, what I've been through. But I know my power. You know, I may feel down for the moment here and there, but I know my abilities. I know I'm not the same being that I was, for example, 2 years ago. I know that. And honestly don't care what anybody thinks of me. Okay? I don't care. So, yeah, you really have to pay attention how you feel. What's important is how you feel, okay? How you feel about yourself more than anybody feel about you, okay? It's about taking care of yourself first, because you have to deal with yourself 24/7, okay? You're not dealing with the person more. You're dealing with yourself more. You have to get up as you. You are you, okay? So you take care of yourself first, and then you deal with the other person, okay? Now, like I told you at the beginning of this clip, everybody's consciousness, and my take on is that there's different levels of consciousness. Consciousness break itself up into individual, okay? And I'm just moving on. I'm moving on. That's it. I'm moving on. So I think that's all I can say on this chapter. I felt like I had to share it. Anybody that's gone through something things and you just don't know what to do, I did the best I could to come up with some examples and ways to go about things to, you know, to help lift yourself up. Just giving things, it's like giving back. You're giving yourself back the joy that you deserve. Okay? All right? Don't rob your own joy. Don't give anybody else your power. Okay? Not even for the moment. But if you do, okay, if you do, and you blow yourself up, you're not doomed. You're not going to hell. Oh my God! And you're not the worst person in the world. Just pick yourself up and move on. Okay? This goes for anybody. All right? But like I said, if you want to deal with the person that you don't, you know, that you had a situation with, and you know, when I'm trying to say you still want to deal with the person, well, my best thing is to meditate, and from that point on, pay attention how you feel. And if you feel okay and you're feeling happy and you're still dealing with that person, great. And if you're not feeling happy and it's just something going on and stuff like that, you got to pay attention. You have to make a decision what you're going to do. Okay? Violence is not going to do anything. Okay? I'll tell you that straight up. Violence, getting angry, cursing, or whatever, you're giving a person power, okay, for that moment. So you got to be the one in control, okay? That's the best thing I'll tell anybody. But if you do decide, okay, to get upset, whatever, okay, give yourself grace, okay? Everybody is God, okay? The God within yourself, okay? You give yourself as many grace as you like. You understand? And everything. But, you know, just you deserve it. So I just want to express that. Okay, everyone. I think I covered a lot in this chapter. Definitely, again, I have to share this. I know it's a little bit somewhat of a similar to my other chapters, especially the family affairs and other stuff, other chapters I talked about moving on, dealing with certain people that has that certain energy that you don't like. But I had to go a little deeper and give some examples, and you know, hopefully that this chapter will inspire everybody that's maybe can relate or maybe know somebody that's going through something similar. Okay, everyone, I will be back for chapter 32. Take care.